So it's finally fall and time to get that leather jacket out of the closet and put it to good use. When it gets a little chilly in the air like it does in the fall time, this is the perfect time to wear a nice leather jacket. And the notes of leather and suede are two notes that I strongly associate with a little more chilly air and the fall time in general. So today I will present to you my top 7 best leather fragrances for men for fall time. That's next here on Nordic Fragrance. Hi, I'm Tommy and you're watching Nordic Fragrance. Welcome. I must admit I really enjoy this time of the year a lot. Fall time is just great. The air outside gets a little cooler and crisper. The trees outside gets all colorful and nice. I really do enjoy this time of the year. And I especially enjoy the fact that I can get my leather jacket out of the closet and finally wear it again. And when wearing a good leather jacket, you need a good leather fragrance to match it, right? So today I'm going to present to you my top 7 leather and suede based fragrances for fall for men. All of these fragrances goes exceptionally well together with the leather jacket. And they are all strong enough to cut through the cold and crisp fall time air. So without further ado, let's dive right into the list.
7.
On 7th place we have Bentley Format Intense. Now this isn't a personal favorite of mine, mainly because I get put off a little by the very heavy rum note in this one. But if you can handle the rum note and appreciate it a little more than I personally do, then this is a great fall fragrance. It's pretty heavy on the leather and woods in it, so it's very masculine fragrance. And it's very strong and long lasting. But this is certainly a fragrance that I would strongly advise you to test before you buy it. Don't blind buy this one, because this is certainly not for everyone. I do however really enjoy this fragrance a few hours into it, when the rum note starts to fade away a little and you get the nice leather and woods in the background coming up a little more. And this is just a perfect leather jacket fall fragrance for men. I so wish that it could have been like that for the entire life of this fragrance. Unfortunately it's not, so I don't use this fragrance as much as I probably could have if I just had appreciated the rum note a little more. But it's still a good and solid fragrance, and I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys out there really enjoy this one. So on 7th place, Bentley Format Intense.
6.
On 6th place we have a two-way tie between Burberry London for Men and Van Cleef & Arpels Pour Homme. The reason that I picked both of these two at the 6th place is that they are a little more fresh than your usual leather-based fragrance. Those two are especially well suited for those really nice summery fall days. You know, those wonderful fall days when the sun just shines and it's beautiful weather, but the air is still a little cold and crisp. That's the times that I usually wear both of these fragrances. Because they both contain leather and suede in the base, but on top of that they are a little fresher, so they are perfect for that kind of weather. Both of those fragrances are also long lasting and very inexpensive. So if it's cold but sunny outside, these are the ones you want to go for. Burberry London for Men and Van Cleef & Arpels Pour Homme on 6th place.
5.
On 5th place we have CH Man Privé, the bad boy leather jacket fragrance, right? This is a very sweet leather-based fragrance that is just perfect for all of fall. What I especially like about this fragrance is the just magical opening of this one. Probably one of the best openings of all my fragrances. I do enjoy and appreciate a good whiskey now and then, and this fragrance just have an amazing whiskey opening. So you get whiskey, you get leather, you get sweetness, very masculine fragrance. Unfortunately the performance of this fragrance isn't the greatest. It lasts about 4 to 5 hours at the most. But for those 4 to 5 hours you really smell truly amazing. And there truly are very few fragrances on the market that goes better with a leather jacket than this one, CH Man Privé on 5th place.
4.
On 4th place we have a real classic fragrance. This is Fahrenheit by Dior. This is one of the most masculine fragrances I can think of. It got a heavy dose of leather in it, it got a petroleum vibe to it. It's just masculinity in a bottle, this fragrance. Fahrenheit was originally released back in the 1980s, and unfortunately it have been reformulated since then and lost a lot of its performance and strength. Today's version lacks a bit of that strength and oomph that the original one had back in the 80s, but this is still a great fragrance today. And this fragrance is in no way dated at all. This still smells very amazing, and you can still wear this in 2018 in the fall time when wearing a leather jacket. I promise you that. No problems at all. So if you want a really classic and masculine fragrance to go with your leather jacket, then Dior's Fahrenheit is the one you should reach for. In fourth place, Fahrenheit by Dior.
3,
On third place we have a fragrance that doesn't nearly get the amount of recognition that it truly deserves. This is Fendi Pour Homme. This is also a really masculine fragrance with notes of leather and wood mainly. If Fahrenheit by Dior was a more classic, raw masculine fragrance, and this is the same but with a little more sophistication to it. Still extremely masculine, but a little classier than Dior Fahrenheit in my opinion. This is also very inexpensive and lasts a long time. I have heard rumors that they might have discontinued this one, and that would truly be a shame. I don't know for a fact if it's true, but if it is, then I suggest you to try to get your hands on this one while it's still available, because this is just a too good of a fragrance not to have in your collection. I reach for this one a lot, and it really grows on me every time I wear it. Very masculine, very inexpensive, very strong, and a little bit sophisticated and classy as well. Fendi Pour Homme is just overall a great fragrance, and it's well deserved of a third place in this list.
2,
On second place we got another fragrance that doesn't get the recognition it truly deserves. This one is called Savile Row by Richard James. Now this fragrance isn't as heavy on the leather as all the rest of the fragrances in this list, but this one takes the second place because it's just so unique and well smelling overall. It's got a little leather in its base, and that's enough for me to put it in a leather based fragrance list like this. This is one of those fragrances that I have a really hard time explaining exactly how it smells. This is one you really must smell yourself to really get what this is all about. But it's a great fall fragrance, and as far as I have tested, it's just great alongside with a leather jacket for fall time. So this is one fragrance for you guys that just want to smell unique, that don't want to smell like everyone else, that thinks Fahrenheit is too mainstream maybe. If you go with Savile Row by Richard James, you will truly smell unique, because there are not many people that have yet discovered this wonderful fragrance. This is also another fragrance that is long lasting and pretty inexpensive to get. And this is for sure one fragrance that I will wear a lot this fall. I just love the smell and uniqueness of this fragrance. And this truly is one fragrance that I don't think you guys should sleep on. If you see it, I would strongly suggest you to get it, because it's so good and it's so unique. And it's on second place of this fall leather fragrances list for man. Savile Row by Richard James.
1,
And the winner and the best leather based fragrance for fall for man is La Joachim from Rasasi. I don't know if I pronounced that right, it's a really hard name to pronounce. But it's very fitting for this fragrance, because this is not an easy fragrance to wear either. This is a very heavy leather in this one, and it's a very raw and natural and animalic kind of leather. Nothing like the leather in CH Man Privé, for example. Fortunately enough, they have made it a little more wearable, because they have added a good amount of raspberry to it to kind of sweeten it up a little. But this beast is a strong one. 1 to 2 sprays and you are set for 8 to 10 hours at the very least. And it's just so good together with a leather jacket. I can't even describe how well a leather jacket and this fragrance goes together. And it's so strong it cuts through the cold and crisp fall air like a hot knife through butter. This surely is one fragrance you should wear if you want to get noticed. If you walk around outside with your leather jacket on and you just want everyone to look at me, here I am. I'm the cool guy with the leather jacket, and this is your fragrance. With the exception of this one and Dior's Fahrenheit, they are all very affordable on this list, but this one is a little more expensive. They say that this is a clone and a more wearable version of Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. I have never smelled that fragrance, but all I can say about this one is it truly smells amazing. So on the first place and best leather-based fall fragrance for man, Rasasi La Joachim. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to support me and don't miss any future videos or top lists, just click the subscribe button. Please like and share this video as much as you want to. And until we meet again, take care of yourselves and go frag yourselves.